Sunday, Sunday, Sunday!
What the heck's a cast?
Copyright infringement.
Don't look at the camera.
Okay, look at the door first.
Anything can.
Hi, my name is Dillon, and I am the director of Sir Dorkus Productions. So it's been 5 years, 5 fast years since I first posted my attempt at a horror short film. My first few ideas for short films are based on my friends' ideas and my brother's ideas and ideas that I just tried to bring into life. But then I sort of took on a creative role and made up my own stories that I thought were original and ventured out on my own. I think over the years that The Nightmare would probably be my most favorite project, probably because it was super tough for me. I have never really used a camera outside of using it for pictures. I've never used a tripod. I've never worked with other people on a project like this, outside of school or anything like that. So it's definitely new, putting it together, using the music, but it was great because I think we filmed for 6 days, and then 3 out of those days we were in a graveyard because I was really nitpicky about the lighting. So I kept trying to get the lighting right, but it just didn't work when you only have a 20-minute window between dusk and nighttime. It was very thin, so it was hard working with, and I was really nitpicky about that. But it was fun. I filmed it with a few friends and her parents, and I got to learn how to do some really cool cheesy effects thanks to YouTube, so it was really cool to utilize that. I think probably the hardest short to make, and shorts now, were the Star Wars ones, just because I've never really used that much effects and keyframing and going frame by frame by frame to make sure something's so accurately correct. And even though it's not right, I did, for my first time, I'm actually proud of that. And cutting off my brother's head was fun in a weird way, making him fly, and some of the stuff I made look cheesy just because I thought it would be funny as a cheesy thing instead of just really super good, because I knew I couldn't pull that off. Making it cheesy was definitely the better choice. And then I think there was one where I turned my brother into rock and paper and scissors, and that one was just fun to utilize the card game and then just give a visual representation of what that actually is. It was fun, and I had some extra footage from other stuff that I just compiled into other projects too. Just to have a project out there just to utilize with minimal footage. So what is next for Sir Dorkus Productions? Well, I have 2 projects on my computer right now, and both of them are being edited simultaneously, a bit here and a bit there, and it's taking time. There's a lot more special effects than I'm used to, but that was my goal. I'm trying to expand my horizon as a filmmaker to not only just stay with what's cheesy or to mimic what a movie is or what movie's out at the time, but to expand my skills as a filmmaker, to not just focus on what's in camera, but what I can add outside of the camera. And so these projects have a lot more VFX involved in pretty much nearly every shot. I think one film is actually its entire VFX shot, but they are a static shot short film based on the DC character. I actually love the character. I grew up watching the anime. I grew up watching the cartoon, so I was really in love with that show, and so to be able to have a chance to kind of bring that character to life in my own interpretation was really fun. And it's not like a classic costume or anything, but it's just that version of static shot caught on an off day. And the other is a creative drawing short. So when I just mentioned it's completely VFX shot, and I had to go frame by frame by frame and completely key everything, and it's been incredibly tiresome and time consuming, but I've enjoyed doing it. It's definitely made me more analytical of what comes into the VFX process, and now I know what I can do in the future now that I'm actually doing it now. I'm trying to expand my skills, and one of the skills I'm expanding now are utilizing VFX on that end of the spectrum. I've done, I've done cheesy horror, so I know how to make a cabinets fly open and all that stuff, and I know how to do, you know, like actual like stunts and stuff, and dialogue, and I'm getting better with the music. But the VFX thing was something I really wanted to work on, especially after using it briefly in the Star Wars stuff. So I wanted to give it another go and give it to go on a full-on project. But yeah, here's a look at just some random moments and memories that I have with some of these projects. So I remember shooting this scene. I had to run with the camera because I didn't have a dolly or anything like that, so I had to run back with the camera and then try and stabilize it in post, and I kept tripping while she was running. So this is like, I think the take you see in here is like her 10th take of just running a complete long shot and interconnecting with everything else. It was wow. This shot was cool because I really thought it was cool how you could just utilize your hands to tell a story, because people are very handy. I mean, even myself, I talk with my hands. So it was really cool just to do a one focus shot focusing on all the hands as they, tell their story back and forth with their dialogue overheard. Oh, the Halloween one. I had to work with a lot of people on this, people that I knew from Tumblr, so I invited them to, record themselves, and I would utilize them. Some people from Canada and Venezuela, and just people that I've met from all over that would just record themselves, and I would try and utilize. And it wasn't the best. I wasn't that great at keying and moving everything right. I had little orange tags behind on the wall, so I knew exactly where they would be with other monsters, and it was fun at times. Those are water bottles in brown paper bag, since I didn't actually have any alcohol at the time. We filmed this one and the Place 53 one in the exact same location. It was at my college, and I filmed it with the same group of friends, same night. It was just fun to goof off. We got, I think this entire short film, it took us like 5 hours, and it was after hours. The college, I think the classes ended at like at 8 or something. They're like, well, stay here, and I think we stayed there till the janitor finally came along and was like, guys, you gotta get out. And you could tell towards the end, the cuts get quicker just because we didn't do many takes, and then we just kept going with what they were, and I worked with what I had. Ooh, the Hunger Games. We were all obsessed with this. So those two are sisters, and they wanted to collaborate with me, so we're like, okay, well, we can make, you guys look like different characters, so we had like 6 characters, so we were like, alright, we're gonna start off and pretend like there's 6 characters left, and we're gonna advertise like Sunday, 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 and we were just gonna have them, just do different versions of what we could. And we were like Optimus 2, but copyright infringement, so you had to change the name, and then we're like Dogness instead of Katniss, and it was meant to be cheesy. The end of story is my sister is actually fascinated with this book, and I jumped on board with it, so it was really cool bringing it to life in a way. And I mean, people are like, oh, it's awful, that's fan make. Of course it's fan make. I was just thinking that would be an interpretation of what the actual trailer would look like. And then, my sister loved it. I mean, we got to go outside and film for a bit and stuff, and, I got to do some more VFX, which I wasn't really accustomed to, but, anything to contribute to the franchise. Sumo aerobics. We filmed this actually right after the Hunger Games parody. Like, literally, we went inside to cool down. We're like, guys, we got a sumo costume. So, we took the sumo costume. And at the end where you see it's deflated, it's not deflated because of us. It's deflated because we accidentally put a hole in it. Yeah, so walk down memory lane. It's 5 years, and I can remember pretty much almost every single moment that I've had with these projects, and I wouldn't take them all back though. I mean, every bad problem you have on set, mainly my house, my yards, but every problem that you have, every issue that you come across, every time that you can't edit, and it looks bad in the final result. I mean, I made these for my siblings, I made these for myself. It was to get me experience. Most of these were edited within a couple days and released just because my siblings wanted to see them, and I wanted them to have something. And Sir Dorkus Productions, I mean, what is Sir Dorkus Productions? Sir Dorkus Productions is me. I consider myself a huge dork. I'm a huge gamer. I love comics, I love movies, and so I consider myself a dork, and it's Sir Dorkus. It just became a name that I refer to others as, and well, you just tack on productions and you got Sir Dorkus Productions. It's been a good 5 years, and any ideas that you guys have, I'm trying to get more in a collaborative mindset, and I've actually helped a couple friends with their projects, so So I hope you look forward to how this channel will continue to grow and expand in various directions but in regards to content. But yes, 5 years have come and gone and I could not be more happy. But hopefully in the next 5 years there will be a lot more content and hopefully you guys will continue to enjoy it. But yeah, until next time, this is Sir Dorkus Productions.